fucking lunatic. I was, no pet talk. However I want, to whoever I want, blah, blah. But I was back on the ground. They threw me back in the cell. And good to have you back on the channel again. Today I'm gonna give you guys a small insight in my backstory, since this is gonna come up way more in future videos. I thought I might as well give you a little insight in my story. So I'm gonna take you along how I went from rock bottom. I, to be honest, really come from like a really dark place. I've been quite fucked up for a few years, abusing a lot of drugs. Yeah, I will tell you about it, and obviously how I got out, how I got to now be at Medellín and be able to make something of myself, to become an absolute fucking monster. And of course, I'll tell you how you can do the same. Maybe you're not struggling with something like drugs, maybe you're just out of a bad relationship or another breakup, or something else would happen to you. You're just a little bit down, and I'm going to help you to get back on track and achieve your goals, to go hunt for what you want, right? So let's get straight into it. I wanted to start with this video. I hope you already know it. And this is the exact feeling I get when I think about this story, and especially what I want to achieve with the channel. Obviously the name is Sam Fisher Worldwide. I think this video adds perfectly to it, so let's have a short look. Okay, the clip has no audio. So Chico says, just be happy. Then Tony says, well, you be happy, Chico. Me, what was coming to me. So Chico says, what was coming to you, Tony? The world, Chico, and everything in it. That's it. The world, Chico, and everything in it. Take everything. When I got to primary school, as you know, you want to be seen, you want to be cool, you want to feel important, so you want to hang out with the other kids. And we were pretty fucked up, man. At the age of 12, 13, we started using drugs, we started smoking cigarettes, smoking weed. At I think 13, I used for the first time like ecstasy, like the pills, which is very popular in Netherlands. So like really fucked up. We took all-nighters, staying up all the weekends, going to the beach, doing crazy stuff, since we were just kids, 13 years old. It's crazy. If I see a 13-year-old right now, I can't imagine him doing the things I did when I was that age. So it was really fucked up. And 1 year later, when I was 14, I had to move to another small village for my father's work. So we moved outside the city, and this is a very important saying for me: you only know what you have once you lose it. You know, I grew up in my city, The Hague, city which I love, obviously, but once you lose it, so we had to move, which I didn't like at all. And this was the moment where my love for the city, for my hometown, became even bigger. So they took me to this small village I never even heard before. We moved there, and I straight up made the deal with my parents. We said, well, once you get your college degree, you are able to move back to The Hague yourself and to go study on your own. So that's an agreement we made. And I always kept it in my head. That gave me some fire to just work for a few years and then get straight back to my old life, to my lovely city of The Hague. Excuse me. But first, we gotta make it through. I came here in the third grade, and the HAVO is called college. And I was like from the city, and I came in this little village with way different kids. It was a way different breed. I didn't fit in at all. I think nobody really liked me. I remember one day I had this bicycle, like a fixed gear bicycle with no brakes, only pedaling and braking with the feet. which I was really proud of course, which was fun to ride in the big city, but here in the small village, it doesn't make any sense. And I remember one day, I remember they fucked up the tire. They burned like the tire down with like a lighter. So I had to walk home with the bike in my hand. It was really horrible, of course. And yeah, like I said, I didn't fit in this school. Was no success. I got in the first half year I was at school. I got suspended 3 times. With the third and final time being really fucked up. Like I had some fight with a little kid, like not a really a fight, but like a beef. And then the whole class turned against me and told like the principal that they all, like 20 kids, they all told the principal that they had seen that I beat the other guy in the face, which I didn't do, which I should have done, but I didn't. But the whole class, only one friend of mine and 2 girls, they were on my side. The rest of the class, everybody said, yes, some hit someone. So this was the finish. I got kicked out of school within half a year, so I had to go to the only other school in the village, which wasn't quite better, but at least I didn't get kicked off. I've been there for 1.5 years until the fourth grade. It doesn't really say anything about using drugs, but when I was here in this small town, I was smoking all day, especially at the second school. Every lunch break we had, I was always outside, not alone, with a lot of other people. We were always smoking weed in the like we walked out school. You were not allowed to leave the school terrain, but we did, and we were always smoking weed. But the fourth year, I didn't pass, so this meant I had to do the fourth year again. So this meant it will take me another year before I could get back to my hometown, to my city, The Hague. And that wasn't gonna happen. This was not going to happen. So I did some online research and I heard some people talking about this possibility for adult school, which I eventually applied for and got selected for in another city, adult school where I could do the fourth and the fifth year in one year and still get the diploma at the same time that I was planning to do. So I did this. I'm still smoking weed all day, every day. It was a really tough year, but still, even when this big opportunity was on the line, still in the lunch breaks, I was just in the coffee shop smoking weed, smoking. I think at the time mostly weed. Later I switched to just hashish, but I was still not giving 100%. I was still just really lacking and just smoking a little chunky. But I did pass 23 people in my class, of which 8 only passed, and I was one of them. So I was really proud of that, because this meant I got to get back to my home country, back to The Hague, which I did. But this is where the real trouble started. I was only 17 years old when I moved back to the big city, in a small student housing, and because I created this extra love for my city because it was taken away from me, I found also more love for the local team, which I always supported. But now I wanted to visit all the games, home and away. I've visited all the games of the local team, which obviously is also an environment where people drink a lot, smoke a lot. It's just one big fucking bar, one big coffee shop, the stadium, which is obviously good fun. I had the most amazing time, and I still love those guys, still my mates. But for me, it was no good. I started at university, but only after 6 months I dropped out. I missed all classes. I was every day smoking. We had in the city you can go out like every day. For example, with Tequila Tuesday at Miller's, we were there always every week drinking on the Tuesdays, and the next day being fucked up, not going to school, only smoking weed. So after 6 months, I found out if I skipped the college or the university, I could still get half my money back. So that's what I did, and that meant that by the start of 2018, I was back in my hometown, but I had no school, no study. So I got into my first sales job, cold hard door knocking sales, selling utilities, gas and electrics. I did this in another city, so I went there with the train, and this is where I really started to be like fucked up. So I think to be at the office in Rotterdam, I think like 10 or 11 in the morning. So I used to wake up and I had like this tray from McDonald's. You know, when you order with McDonald's, you pick up your food and you get this black tray. I got one at my house, and what I would do when I woke up in bed, first thing to do before I got out of bed, I would take this McDonald's tray and I would roll my first joint, first blow. I would smoke it. Then I would go to the train station early, so I had another 20 minutes to smoke another joint at the train station. And then I get to work, and there I will meet my friend, and we would smoke another joint before moving out. You know, we got to the office, and then from the office we had a car to go to different villages to sell. Before we did that, we smoked one together, and then during work in the neighborhoods, we were sneaking out, sneaky smoking more and more and more and more. It was fucking insane. Yeah, I took this clip because I think it's just a horrible clip. It says, "I wake up drunk again with a fat lip. I had been fighting the night before, going out like usual, acting fucking like a fucking maniac, drinking, ended up fighting, and then the next morning this is what I look like, and going to work, smoking one on the station." So I went to the station early so that I had 20 minutes to smoke another joint, even before I had my first breakfast. I did this for just under a year, and then I got asked to go to a different sales job, which was in the same market like utilities, gas and electrics, but only in the call center. 3 years I worked in this call center, just smoking every day, partying. I didn't make quite good money, so I was eating out every day, drinking every day, smoking every day, partying on the weekends. It was crazy time, going to the football games, home and away. And in these 3 years, I experienced some horrible shit. This was like my deepest point. One time I remember I was going out, I went out, and then my neighbor told me that I was laying in front of my door, bats the fuck out, screaming and waking the whole street up, and that he had to open the door. He woke up because of my screaming, and he took me inside the house, and he had to put me into bed, and I didn't remember anything about it. Getting a lot of trouble with the police. Like, for example, one time, New Year's Eve, we were on this boat party, and the next morning, the only thing I remember is I woke up in the cell, and once they wanted to let me out of the cell, I got my stuff, and I think it was like only a little jacket. So I asked the police, I said, "Yo, where's my coat? Where's my my phone, my keys, my wallet, everything?" I said, "Yo, where's my stuff? Where's my stuff?" They said, no, we don't know. This is the only thing you had when we took you." I said, no, where's my stuff? I need everything. And they told me, hey, behave yourself. You're better talk normal to us. Fucking lunatic. I was, no, I talk however I want to, whoever I want, blah, blah. But I was back on the ground. They threw me back in the cell, and I've been there for the rest of the day. They told me they were going to let out everybody else first, and they were going to let me out the very last one. So somewhere in the afternoon they finally let me go. Just those crazy shit. I don't remember anything what happened that night, how I ended up in the police cell. Just total blackout, which is obviously really really fucked up. So like I said, this lifestyle went on for 3 years, and I think by the end of 2021 I got to maybe the lowest point, like really rock bottom, where I was like a fucking junkie, and I eventually got bankrupt. I was only spending money. I was making a lot of money. 1 month in this job, I actually made 12K. It was my best month. Fucking crazy money, obviously, but I just spent everything. And then obviously the taxman came later, so I got fucked by the taxman. And eventually I was bankrupt. I remember I had like maybe $1,000 left, but a whole another month to go. And I got the crazy idea to, okay, the only option I have left is to bet all this money I have right now, this $1,000, to bet it on some football games. So remember I split it. I made like three bets for €400, something like this, and I lost all of them. So then I was like really bankrupt, and I couldn't work it out. I had to go like a little bitch. I had to go to my parents and tell them, yo, I really 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 fucked up. Um, I was so lucky they wanted to give me a loan to save my ass. So I'm still very thankful for what they did back then. And then I said, well, this is not gonna work anymore. I need to do something about this. So that's when the way up started. I've been developing like a really really fucked up habits in these years. I remember that I didn't want to smoke weed anymore for a really really long time, and at a certain moment it came to the point that I was telling myself every day, okay, today is the last day I'm gonna smoke weed. Today's the last day, then I quit. And then the next morning, the first thing I do, I would go to the coffee shop again to get me another like a gram of hashish, so I could roll like 4 joints for like one day. I usually did like 1 gram a day, and then I would say, yeah, fuck. Okay, this is really the last time. And then the next morning, same thing. I was like, fuck, okay, today's the last day. And this has been going on for maybe a year, that I've been tricking my own mind. And I think I still got like my mind fucked up because I've been tricking myself for so long. But eventually I did start a treatment. I said I need help. I tried to quit once before, which didn't work out. So this time I said, okay, gotta find help. And luckily there was help available in my country. So I got to this institute, and they signed me up with a lady with whom I talked every week. And then I had like to attend like these NA meetings, Narcotics Anonymous. Fucking horrible, like what you see in the movies. Hello, I am Sam, I am addicted, and then you can speak. I never said anything in those meetings. I remember I felt like, how do you say it, awful coming there. People with no teeth, people who had been addicted for 20 or maybe 40 years, people telling me, no, I can't see my kids, and like the most fucked up stories. So I immediately know I didn't belong there. Uh, in this treatment, I also asked myself, like, what actually is an addict? I always thought it's just my own fucked up mind that I just don't have the self control to say I'm not gonna do this anymore, and then don't do it anymore. So I asked this girl who was treating me in this treatment, and I think, I'm not quite sure, but I think she says there were like there are 7 symptoms, and when you have 4 of them, they call you an addict, and I had 5, something like that. So yeah, she said I actually was addicted to this shit. So I still couldn't really how you say it, couldn't really comprehend it. I thought it was just my own fucked up mind, which is obviously was. You know, people always also say like weed is not that addictive. I think for me, weed was just like a symptom or a vehicle to express my fucked up mind. I've been using a lot of alcohol, cocaine, ecstasy as well, but I never experienced with those things. I never experienced anything like the relationship I had with weed and the hashish at the time. But I did it. Don't ask me how, but this girl, she helped me amazing. And what's one really very important thing with quitting this addiction is you have to tell yourself that you can never ever do this or touch this substance again. I know when one time earlier I wanted to quit, I always had in my head, well, maybe in 5 years, maybe in 10 years, I can still enjoy like a little smoke, like a little blow. Like I would call it a blow, like a joint. But obviously you can. And right now I'm just really conscious about it. I just cannot touch this shit anymore. This is just not for me, never. I'm very cool with this. So I got sober by the beginning of 2022. I got out of the horrible sales job. Well, it was a very good opportunity for the people who were there, but for me it was like prison in combination with smoking weed. We worked from 10 in the morning until 9 in the evening, so we made 11-hour days, week after week after week. And I eventually got just fucked up, so I said, okay, I'm gonna stop smoking weed and I'm gonna find another, like a regular job, which I did. Just before this, I moved to another house. I moved to like an apartment at the beach. So from the outside, it looked like I was what normal people would maybe call successful. I eventually had a great job. I got the car from the job. I had the scooter in front of my house. I had a beautiful house, an amazing location at the beach. And my parents told me, "Oh, you're doing so well right now, blah blah blah." And inside, I was still fucked up. And I think it was because I had no clue what I wanted, where I was headed at the time. That changed when I started kickboxing by February 2023, the first step inside the boxing gym. And this was like a crazy smack in the face. I remember doing like literally a 3, 4, 5 minute workout, running some rounds, doing some push-ups. I was totally blacked out. I remember I couldn't see anymore, just turned black in front of my eyes. I was like no breath at all. It was crazy. It was like a real realization for me that I had to change and that I could never smoke cigarettes or smoke joints or everything like that ever again. And then what happened is I actually got fired from this job, which people thought I was successful in. And that was like a moment that I thought, okay, get the opportunity to plan my whole life all over again. And that was the moment I thought, I need to get out of this place. I need to move outside the country. So I decided to get to Colombia and to become like a real athlete here, and chase my dreams. And now I'm here for like almost 4 months. I've been working out every day for the last year. I've been kickboxing Muay Thai for over a year now. And I find no troubles at all with doing the daily workouts. I love it. Like the gym. I'm every day in the gym. I used to do like 2 workouts a day when I just came here. I've been swimming for 2 months. Like I did one day to the gym and swim, or swim and gym. And the other day I did kickboxing and running. Right now I took it a little let go of the swimming, and now I'm still doing kickboxing like 3-4 times a week. I'm in the gym 3-4 times a week, and I've run at least 3 times a week. And in 2 weeks, I will be doing, well, right now it's like 10 days, I will be doing my first marathon. So this is going to be like a major achievement, which I will be really proud of when I finish it. So this is a good stuff. How to do it? First thing, responsibility. You have to make sure that you are really beware of the fact that you and only you is responsible for the shit you got yourself into. Even though some girl fucked you over, you are still responsible. And when we're talking about addiction or quitting, for example, smoking weed, there's no perfect day. Today is the day you gotta quit today. And you gotta promise yourself, or you gotta make the agreement with yourself, or know from yourself that you can never ever touch this substance again. And obviously, when you're smoking every day, like I did for multiple times a day, when you quit this, it's gonna be like a huge hole of time, of places where you can't go anymore, and you gotta make sure you fill this up. For example, leave the environment like I did, leave the job, get into a different job with different people where you can present yourself as a different person, not as the junkie you were, but like the new athlete, for example. It's all about identity. So I used to be a junkie, and now I tell myself I'm an athlete. So I eat like an athlete, I sleep like an athlete, I train like a real athlete. And this really helps me to keep grip of where I want to go or where I want to be. I would recommend everybody get into sales. The same energy that you used to put in your relationship or in your addiction or your other fucked up habits, you can put all this energy into sales. Outside the job, you can endlessly improve to become better closer, and obviously make very good money. Everybody can do it. If you fucked up your school like I did, if you have no diplomas at all, everybody can get into sales. So I would really recommend this. And you need to fill your head with different activities. You need to get food for thought. For example, focus on getting a very good salesman or woman. Focus on developing your selling skills, but also put different thoughts in your head by reading, by sports. Make sure you get in the gym, obviously. Make sure you get in the fighting gym or swimming, or get into a new sport, new job, new environment, and new thoughts in your head. And this will help you make it much more easier to keep on the right path. And obviously find a goal, find something to work towards. For me, it was like the marathon. I've been talking and thinking about this marathon for I think a year now. I recently did my first half marathon. I think it was the second month I was here, like April or maybe May. And now I'm going for the full marathon on the 16th of June. And I hope you can set some goals like this for yourself as well. So I hope you got something out of it. Let me know what you think of this video. Let me know if you want to learn more, or if you want to talk with me about this. Just hit me up on Instagram. Will be linked below. I'm happy to hear from you guys, or if possible, help or inspire anybody. It will be a great win. I would love to do this, obviously. And subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next one. Thanks. Ciao.